Good evening. In Chovos HaLevavos, the Shar Avodas Elokim, how one should conduct himself, how one should approach servicing the HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I would like to begin with an idea that one can find perhaps in this week's Sedra. In Acharei Mos. This week is Acharei Mos Kedoshim. And the Pasuk tells us, the beginning of Acharei Mos Shnei Bnei Aaron, that after the Shnei Bnei Aaron were nifter, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu says to the Bnei Aaron, to Aaron is certain various halachas in terms of karbonis. Rashi tells us that Rav Elazar brought a raya, but Elazar ben Azariah made a mushal. That the Psukim are telling us, V'yidaber Shem Moshe, V'yidaber Shem Aaron, V'yidaber Shem Moshe, Acharei Mos Bnei Aaron, V'korosam L'fnei Hashem, V'yamusu, and they died. And then the Torah goes on and says, Vayomar Hashem. The question is, why did it begin to say Vaydaber Hashem a Moshe if there was no tzivui, there was no commandment? There was no commandment. Why was it necessary to begin? The study should begin with Acharei Mos Shnei Bnei Aaron, Vayomar Hashem, telling you the various halachas that a Kohen has to know. So Rashi gives a mashal. And this can be bothered Rashi, according to the Mephoshim and Rashi's tell us. Acharei Mos Shnei Bnei Aaron, so Rashi says, Rav Elazar ben Azariah Marshlo gives a mashal. Marshlo l'choyle shenichaso eitzel rofei, v'yomalo al tishkab b'tachav, al tochal tzonei. The rofei says, you're sick, and the medicine you should be taking, and the cure that you should have, you should be aware of sleeping not in damp places and cool places, and you shouldn't eat certain foods, radishes, certain strong foods you shouldn't eat, strong vegetables. That was one doctor. Then Rav Elazar ben Azariah tells something else. Boli Acher goes the second one, a second doctor. And apparently the second doctor had more impression on the patient than the first. V'yomalo al tochot tzonei al tisha b'tachav shelo tomus kader shemeis ploni, because you have the flu. You have a flu. But this flu could be very dangerous. Very dangerous. Could lead to death. Once you hear that, Nizar is Yosem Yorishon. But the first doctor didn't tell me that. Now I'll pay attention. Now I'll listen. So it could be, when the Torah begins, V'yidaber Hashem, speaking to Moshe, and speaking to Aaron, Acharei Mos Bnei Aaron, he's not only telling Aaron certain halachas, Acharei Mos Shnei Bnei Aaron, that look what happened. If one does not listen to a HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and one brings an Eish Zorah, Asher Lo Tziv Hashem, the way Bnei Aaron did, none of Yaviu. They brought a korban. Yes, they wanted to come korvos, and they wanted to come closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but they didn't listen to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. They didn't bring the korban at the time when they were supposed to, and they weren't told to bring this korban. They did this on their own. According to their way of thinking. So therefore, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, Aaron, you see what happened to your children? Why is this necessary to tell this to Aaron? Aaron, he was a Kaddish Elyon. He was connected and equal to Moshe Rabbeinu. He should have been the Manig Yisrael, the leader of Klal Yisrael. Yet, even to Aaron, It was necessary, Aziro Lazarzo, to warn him and let him see right in front of him. Look what happens to a person that doesn't follow all the halachas of the Torah and decides to bring a korban, Asher L'Tziv Hashem, a nation Zora, strange, doesn't belong here. You weren't told to do it, even though logically you think there's nothing wrong with it. But Asher L'Tziv Hashem. Yet we see that Aaron, even this great Aaron HaKohen Gadol, the Rodev Shalom, the Oiv Shalom, the person that everyone loved, Vayifu Kol Beis Yisrael. When Aaron was nifter, all of the Judaism, all the Jewish people cried. They mourned him. They loved him. If this great Jew also has to have a video in front of him, he needs a camera. He needs a picture